What's up, everyone? Today's day 20 of phase 3 of the Live Hard program. I'm finishing up my day right now. It's currently 4:44 a.m. I just got off my work shift, 12 hours, 4:30 till just now, 4:30 p.m. I started my day yesterday at 11:45. I got up and did my first 45-minute workout, my outdoor ruck with my 45-pound backpack. I went just under 2.5 miles. Another hot, actually today was, or yesterday, whatever it was, I'm still on the same day, but it was kind of cloudy and I had a little breeze till about the time I got done, and then the rest of the day was hot. So it felt actually better yesterday. It's still real humid over here where I'm at in Oklahoma, right in the middle of Oklahoma. Same thing I've been doing. I just ate and kind of chilled out until it was time to do my second workout, which again was a bunch of push-ups and like tricep extensions, leg raises, flutter kicks, crunches, and I guess that's about it. More push-ups. Basically doing what I can with what I have, which is nothing. And yeah, so made my random act of kindness today, another donation to the Will Be Inspired I guess foundation. Will Bates, you know Will Bates from Instagram, Will Be Inspired. I got to meet him at Summer Smash back in the end of May. Mackenzie got to meet him as well. He does a lot for first responders and veterans for as far as fundraising and helping them whenever they have issues with some type of injuries and stuff like that. So I did that. Then I talked to a guy today named David. He was the oil truck driver that came out here. He's somebody I haven't seen before, so it's a stranger. I was able to once again talk about the 75 Hard and Live Hard program because he saw me walking with my backpack, which has been the case now, I think like 3 different times. Somebody that I talked to kind of started the conversation like that, and that's how I was able to bring up the program. This guy's potentially somebody that would do the program. Usually, man, a lot of people that I run into that are doing this job or anything in these jobs, it's just everybody works so many hours, they just put off those kind of things. They're just like so worn out from the long days that they give up on their goals and they give up on themselves, and they're just like, you know, they're making decent money, but they're just getting other people rich, but not taking care of them, the things that they need to take care of, the things that they tell themselves they need to do. We all do it, and that's the best thing about the 75 Hard and Live Hard program. It's a way to correct that. You get to where you are stacking days up consistently of doing the things that you have a list to do. And a lot of times in our own lives, when we don't have a program like that to follow, we don't make a list and we don't do the things. So we just think in our heads, I need to start working out, I need to eat better. And it's just these micro decisions that you're constantly making, and you're not making a list. You're not doing those. You're constantly deciding not to do them. So you constantly have anxiety and you feel anxious, and it's the same thing, but you get depressed. You feel overwhelmed. You feel like you don't have any self-confidence or belief in yourself because you consistently lie to yourself. So starting the program and doing it is the best thing that I can recommend. You can learn all about it on episode 208 on the Real AF feed with Andy Frisilla, and it's free. Pick a diet to follow. It can be lose weight, gain weight, whatever you got to do, and pick a book to read. That's the main thing you need to have to start, a book and a diet, and then you can figure out the workouts that fit your goals. If you can only walk, you can walk. If you can add some weight, you can do that. You can run. You can do whatever you want. As far as outdoor workouts, you can go outside and do push-ups. Just has to be outside. You can bring your treadmill outside and walk on your treadmill or your bike or whatever. Just outside. And one thing about this shift at just now I got off of, I'm so tired right now. I changed my transfer case on my truck finally. The issue is fixed. I've been talking about my truck problem probably since day 2 of this phase, because honestly it started messing up the most on the end of day 1 of actually on day 2, the end of day 2 of this phase. So that's been nearly 3 weeks, almost, I guess every video I've mentioned it. Changed it out, it took 2 hours. So that was the first time I ever changed a transfer case, and I guess that's a pretty good time. I was laying in the gravel, like on the ground, in the dirt and the gravel. So got it done, and seems to be okay. I didn't really drive it very far. I drove it down the road, which is not very far, and then I turned around. I got it up to maybe like 40 miles an hour. It shifted fine, which that doesn't have anything to do with the shifting. That controls the 4-wheel drive. I didn't put it in 4-wheel drive to see if that worked, because I don't really care about that right now. It works the way it is, so I'm going to take it down the road tomorrow. I need to go get gas anyways. And then I'll be able to drive home. I'll be able to get my adjustable dumbbells. I'll be able to go to a gym if I want to. Whatever. I got 9 days left on this program, but the real test comes after that. And potentially looking at starting 75 hard over. I'll probably give it a month in between phase 3 and then starting 75 hard over, because this is a lifetime thing. It's not you're going to do 75 hard and you're going to be good to go. You're not going to do 1 year of live hard and then you're going to be good. It's something you have to do every year, and it's never ending. So learn to take the time in between the phases and maintain doing the things that you know you need to be doing. You can change the list. You're good. You're not going to need to work out twice a day necessarily, or you should keep reading, but in following a good diet. But I mean, I guess there's not really much to it. Phase 3 has a lot more tasks involved, but whenever you're adding things in that you know you need to do, like I want to learn how to edit videos, and I want to learn about crypto and day trading and stuff like that, because I'd like to get out of the oil field at one point, definitely within the next 5 years. And if I can make the same amount of money not having to work like this by doing things like that, or helping people, coaching people, or training people, not necessarily coaching. I don't want to be one of those people that tries to sell this fake idea of success, some overnight instant millionaire type thing that you see all over the place. I mean, people get a lot of money off that, but I can't be like that. I don't want to sell anybody on anything that they don't necessarily need. I feel bad for taking people's money whenever they don't really have a bunch and selling them an idea that's a lie. And I guess that's because I have morals and standards. So I'm not going to be like that. That's why I've never asked for anybody to sign up for anything with me. All I ask is that you follow my link to First Form and buy supplements that are the best quality on the market, and that supports me at the same time, because then I get supplement gift cards, and it's win-win for both of us. I feel like I've given quite a bit of useful information as far as things that I've talked about, that I've dealt with and overcame, and you've seen me kind of fall off on that as far as not necessarily taking my advice and then still showing that it happens to everyone still. You're not always going to be perfect. Things are still going to always arise, even if you feel like you are better. That doesn't necessarily equate to being better forever. So sometimes I still complain. Sometimes I still eat crappy, not on the phases or any time on the program, but in between. And this time I feel like whenever I finish this phase, I will look better than I did between day 1 of 75 hard and day 75. That was a pretty drastic change because it was 75 days consistently. I did phase 2 3 weeks before I started phase 3. I finished phase 2, so they pretty much ran together. I didn't really fall off in between phase 2 and phase 3. So that's basically 80 days that I've been strict by the time I finish phase 3 in 9 days. So I just want to have that before and after, from day 1 of 75 hard to day 30 of phase 3. I want it to be pretty drastic, which is not the whole goal of the program. It is not a physical transformation challenge. It's a mental recalibration program, and it is designed to correct the lack of following through, the lack of keeping your word and doing the things that you say you need to do, whether it's to yourself or to other people. A lot of people get sick. I know I'm one of them. I get sick of people telling me, because it's always something somebody has to bring up. Whenever somebody's around me, they always have to bring up working out. Like they think that's all I want to talk about. And I don't talk about it. It's not something I just talk about. Like, people that I don't really know want to talk about them, how they used to work out, which is fine. I'm not rude to people about it, but if you're not going to do it now, why are you talking about it? It's like they feel insecure, and it's just they want to justify that they used to work out, and it's not like maybe they think I'm judging them, which I don't really care. It's one of those things that you do start realizing when other people around you are, wasting their potential and not doing what they should be doing, and not setting a good example for their family and their kids and their friends. And that's just something I've taken upon myself to be the role model that my daughter needs, and that people around me need to see that these things can be done whenever you're working this kind of a job where I'm working 12 plus hours a day, sometimes driving 3 hours, sometimes my days are split up by 2 hours where I get to separate, and I'm taking basically a nap for 2 hours and then I have to wake up and do a workout. That hasn't been any of these days recently, but during phase 1 and 75 hard, I definitely had those days where my days were separated by 2 hours, from like falling asleep at 1 a.m. and waking up at 3 a.m. just to be able to get everything in. And that's doing things all outside of work. All the tests were being done outside of being at work, so people could see. There was a few days where I did my outdoor workout at work. I just put my backpack on and walked for 45 minutes. But I like to do it to where people can see, because not everybody can just do it at work. And I could always do it at work. Honestly, I could always fit it in at work. I could sleep in. I could not do that workout till the temperature's cooler. I prefer to do it outside of work, when it's hot, when it's hard, and when it's going to give me the best outcome and change me the most. It's not always about being comfortable. It's finding the things that you can do to make it yourself uncomfortable, because the more you do that, the more in the future you're going to be willing to do it. It won't be as hard for you. It's always going to be hard, but it won't be as hard, because you've done it before and you know what it takes to get through it. So that's all I got. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm so tired. It's 4:57. I'll be getting up at about 11:45, so that's plenty of time to sleep, and I'll be back tomorrow for day 21.